Stray is a game all about a cat that has taken over the internet. So is Stray the perfect game, or is it more of a catastrophe? Find out in this review. Stray has a simple story premise. You play as a ginger cat who, when you first start out, you're accompanied by 3 other cats. Shortly into the game, you fall down into the depths below, finding yourself in an unfamiliar place and all alone. From here, you travel to a town filled with robots. It seems humans have all but disappeared, and now you're on a journey of both discovery and to make it back to where the other cats roam. The story's overarching premise of finding the outside is always there. However, the majority of it is told from the robotic residents and the quests you undertake to assist them. You are also joined on your journey by your own drone, Robot B12. This little drone helps you uncover lost memories that vastly builds out the world and story. Personally, I enjoyed the injection of humour at times. It was a welcome relief as Stray often lingers in a very serious setting and tone, which is one of its strengths in the storytelling. I don't know if it would have felt as emotional at the ending if the tone wasn't serious throughout. Stray is predominantly a puzzle game. You explore semi-open world areas, collecting objects and helping the robotic inhabitants as you journey to find a way outside. The only enemy in Stray is a tick-like animal called Zurks. For the most part, you will just have to run away from them. There is one part of the game where you can actually fight them. The Zurks play a key point in the puzzle aspects of this game. You must work out the best route to escape being overwhelmed from the Zurks. However, if overwhelmed, you will see a game over screen. Luckily, the game autosaves before any encounters with Zurks, so you won't have to do much backtracking to get to where you were up to in the game. The other puzzle elements come in the form of figuring out how to reach a certain ledge or how to get a robot to open the door, whether that's by meowing or scratching on the door. Little things like this that you must work out as you go through the game. One major disappointment for me in Stray is the inability to jump freely. You can only jump by looking at a ledge and pressing the button to jump once the prompt shows on screen. This takes you out of the immersion and felt a little clunky to me, especially for a game that at its core has this ever-present sense of exploration. This mechanic does take out any challenge that you may get with a regular platformer, making it more accessible in many ways, but it also can lead to some frustrations where you must have the camera looking at the correct angle to be able to have the jump action come up on screen. Part of the exploration is also finding memories that your drone companion has, as well as finding song sheets that one of the robots can play. Finally, you can find items to buy things at a market or that are required to progress the story. I played Stray on PS5 and it is great because it is part of the PS Plus extras, so if you have that you can play it for free. One thing I will say though is I did have a couple of bugs in the game where the cat got stuck and I had to reload. The soundtrack is amazing in Stray. It captures the scene so perfectly. Whilst never stealing the show, it blends with all the intricate world ambient sounds. The sound effects like the patter of your cat's paws on the metal is great. It is all so cohesive and I cannot describe how good this soundtrack actually is. Also, the developers included a dedicated meow button, which is really fun. Stray has a cyberpunk aesthetic that is very intricate. Whilst playing through Stray, one thing I kept feeling was this remarkable sense of scale, with each area feeling vast, although in reality they weren't as grand in scale as they seemed. This is an impressive feat that the developers must be commended for. This vastness came down to the intricacies of the locations, building a world that you just wanted to explore. It always felt that you were stumbling across the next secret to uncover. Even the small details like having basketballs lying around brought this feeling of the world being both oppressed and alive. On top of this, the cat itself is also very realistically animated, There are a lot of fun gimmicks to find, like having a bag get stuck on your head or seeing the reaction of the robots when you snuggle up against their legs. All of these experiences only enhanced by the haptic feedback on a PS5 controller. Whilst not perfect, Stray is a charming adventure that you can play through in an afternoon or two depending on how much you explore. You can really tell how much love and care went into developing Stray. Now, I really did enjoy my time with this game, however I am hopeful that they will eventually create a sequel, as the ending left the story on a little bit of a cliffhanger. As always, if you enjoyed this review, make sure you give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!